Welcome to Express Tribune Headlines. Here are the top stories for today. The Islamabad High Court issued a stay order on Tuesday preventing the government from blocking mobile phone SIMs of tax non-filers until May 27th. The decision came in response to a petition by a private mobile company, arguing that the amendment violates business freedom rights. Telecom operators had agreed to initiate the manual blocking process but faced challenges in implementing it fully. The court will review the case, considering the impact on consumers and the telecom industry. The telecom sector emphasizes the need for uninterrupted services, aligning with constitutional rights and operational capacities. Leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Omar Ayub, condemned Defence Minister Khawaja Asif's remarks about former dictator Ayub Khan. Speaking in the lower house, Ayub, the grandson of Ayub Khan, criticized Asif's call for the former dictator's body to be exhumed and hanged under Article 6. This heated exchange followed Ayub's accusations against the military establishment for political interference and his call for accountability for constitutional violations. Ayub highlighted the need for state institutions to adhere to constitutional limits, while Asif's comments sparked protests amongst opposition members. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif announced on Tuesday that Pakistan will privatize all state-owned enterprises, except strategic entities. This decision broadens the initial plan to privatize only loss-making firms. The announcement follows a meeting on privatization, emphasizing that the government's role is to ensure a business-friendly environment rather than running businesses. The move came amid IMF talks for a new extended fund facility. The privatization program for 2024 to 2029 includes power distribution companies and aims to address Pakistan's high fiscal shortfall. Experts believe this step is crucial for economic stability and growth. Pakistan narrowly won the first set 25-23, but Turkmenistan leveled the score in the second set. The national team showcased determination, clinching the third set 26-24 and the fourth set 27-25 to secure victory. This win marks Pakistan's third consecutive victory, positioning them as favourites to clinch the title. The team previously outplayed Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. The competition continues to see impressive performances from participating teams. Jamaat Islami's Muhammad Ibrahim criticized both the PDM and PTI, labeling them as two sides of the same coin. Speaking at a JI congregation, Ibrahim emphasized that JI would not form alliances with any party due to differing agendas. He urged members to focus on character building and remain united. Ibrahim announced plans for a massive Gaza march in Peshawar on May 19th to highlight their stance on various issues. The JI leader condemned the government's policies, citing inflation, unemployment, and insecurity as major failures. Foreign portfolio investors are gradually returning to Pakistan's debt and equity markets, marking a significant shift in market sentiment. Short-term external investments surged by 84%, reaching a 30-month high of 501 billion rupees. This resurgence follows the completion of an IMF program and ongoing talks for the next package. The PSX benchmark KSE 100 index hit a new all-time high, surpassing 74,000 points. Experts attribute the positive trend to economic stability and investor confidence in achieving high returns. The influx of foreign investment is a positive sign for Pakistan's economic recovery. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi submitted his candidacy for Varanasi's parliamentary seat on Tuesday amid cheering crowds. Modi, who has represented Varanasi since coming to power a decade ago, remains popular due to his image as a champion of Hinduism. During his visit, Modi engaged in numerous acts of worship, drawing thousands of supporters. Varanasi, the spiritual capital of Hinduism, holds significant importance for Modi's campaign. Supporters expressed their admiration, likening him to a deity for his dedication to the country. Modi's strong support base is expected to bolster his party's chances in the upcoming general elections. At least 14 people died and 75 were injured after a massive billboard collapsed during a thunderstorm in Mumbai. The billboard, larger than an Olympic swimming pool, fell on houses and a fuel station, causing significant damage. Rescuers are working to clear debris and save those trapped. The billboard's owner did not have a permit from the corporation and its size exceeded legal limits. The incident highlights the dangers of unauthorized structures in densely populated areas. Authorities are conducting investigations to prevent further tragedies and ensure compliance with safety regulations. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Ukraine on Tuesday, marking the first visit by a senior US official since Congress approved a $61 billion military aid package for Ukraine. Blinken's trip aims to show US solidarity with Ukraine as it faces heavy Russian bombardment on its northeastern border. He will meet the president and other officials to reaffirm US's support and deliver a speech focusing on Ukraine's future. The visit underscores the US commitment to supporting Ukraine during its ongoing conflict with Russia. Sources suggest that British singer Zayn is prepared to seek forgiveness and friendship from his former One Direction bandmates. Malik, who left the group in 2015 citing stress, hopes to start a conversation with Niall Horan, Liam Payne, Harry Styles, and Louis Tomlinson. While Malik is not looking to reunite the band, he aims to mend relationships and move forward positively. The singer has matured and wants to show his growth to his former bandmates. Fans are hopeful for a reconciliation, though a band reunion is not currently in the plans. Israeli forces have intensified operations in Gaza, pushing deep into the northern ruins and crossings into Rafah in the north. This has led to some of the most intense fighting in weeks. Israeli operations have closed a key aid crossing, worsening conditions for hundreds of thousands of displaced people. Gaza's health authority has appealed for international intervention to allow aid and medical supplies through the southern border. In Jabalia, tanks and airstrikes have devastated the refugee camp, leading to further displacement and casualties. Crews in Baltimore conducted a controlled explosion on Monday to remove a section of the collapsed Francis Scott Key Bridge from the bow of a container ship that struck the bridge in March. The explosion broke the bridge truss into manageable pieces, allowing salvage crews to clear the wreckage. The incident initially halted traffic at the port of Baltimore, a major US shipping hub. Since the crash, temporary channels have allowed some shipping to resume. Maryland estimates it will cost up to $1.9 billion to rebuild the bridge, with completion expected by fall 2028. US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan stated on Monday that the Biden administration does not view the killings of Palestinians in Gaza by Israel as genocide. Speaking at the White House, Sullivan emphasized the US's position on defeating Hamas and acknowledged the severe impact on Palestinian civilians. He reiterated President Biden's call for a ceasefire contingent on Hamas releasing prisoners. Despite domestic criticism, Biden maintains his support for Israel, while the US works urgently for a ceasefire and prisoner release deal. Sullivan also addressed accusations against Israel, reaffirming the administration's rejection of genocide claims. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan faced scrutiny on Monday after claiming that more than 1,000 Hamas members were being treated in Turkish hospitals. During a joint press conference with the Greek Prime Minister, Erdogan referred to Hamas as a resistance movement and criticized labeling it a terrorist organization. A Turkish official later clarified that Erdogan misspoke and meant that Gazans in general, not specifically Hamas members, were being treated. The confusion arose amidst ongoing evacuations of wounded Gazans to Turkey for medical care following Israeli offenses. Kylian Mbappe was named France's Player of the Year at an award ceremony in Paris, marking the 5th consecutive year he has received this honor. The 25-year-old PSG star scored 44 goals in all competitions this season. Despite PSG's recent shocking 3-1 defeat, Mbappe's 27 goals this season lead the league. His award was presented at the UNFP Trophies Gala, underscoring his dominance in the sport. Barcelona moved up to second place in La Liga after defeating Real Sociedad 2-0 at the Olympic Stadium on Monday. This marks Barcelona's 5th consecutive home league win, securing their place in next season's Champions League. Teenage winger Lamine Yamal opened the scoring for Barcelona, while Brazilian winger Rafinha sealed the win with a late penalty during injury time. Despite early pressure from Real Sociedad, Barcelona maintained composure to secure the win. With this victory, Barcelona now trails Real Madrid by 14 points and holds a 1-point lead over Genoa. Thousands of Taylor Swift fans are embracing a novel solution to sky-high concert ticket prices in the US, catching her perform in Europe instead. Identified by Expedia as tour tourism, the trend is gaining popularity amongst those who miss Swift's US concerts or are seeking a more affordable way to see her again. Following her sensational 4-night stint in Paris, Swift is set to dazzle fans in Stockholm's Friends Arena with 3 consecutive shows from May 17th to May 19th. Fans are turning concert-going into a travel experience, finding it cheaper to see Swift in Europe than in the US, boosting local economies along the way. Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, is embarking on his first tour in 5 years, the New World Tour, which begins in Portland on September 24th. The Grammy-winning artist will perform at the Moda Center, with the tour including 33 stops across North America before heading to Europe, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. North American concert-goers will enjoy an opening set by Willow. The tour coincides with the release of Childish Gambino's reimagined album, featuring new tracks and collaborations. Fans can expect a memorable and affordable concert experience.